Welcome everybody to a Khan Academy tutorial. We are doing find composite functions today. It's similar to the other Khan Academy exercise called evaluate composite functions. I think it's the same thing. Let's go ahead and find out. Here we have g of x equals 9 plus 4x and h of x equals x plus 21 over 5. It gives us this composition of functions right here. H of g of x, that's how you say it, h of g of x. Another way to write this is like this. You start off with the inner function and we move on to the outer function. Now when doing these problems, you're going to be given an input. Let me change it to blue. Okay. In this case, our input is simply x. So we're given an input. We're going to put this into always the inner function first. So we put this into the inner function. And then what happens is you get a result. And I'll make that orange. Once you get this result from the inner function, after plugging in the input, you're going to plug that into, as an input, into the outer function. So now we put that into the outer function. And I explained this in the other video too, but just in case I wanted to do it briefly. And then after we plug it into the outer function, we are going to get our answer. Okay, so that's the process. In this case, our input is x, so we're going to plug it into our inner function, which is already pretty much done for us. So we get, for our result, we get 9 plus 4x. Our inner function is g of x because it's the one that's closest to x, and then our outer function is h. So h is our outer, g is our inner, and this little symbol here means composition. So now we're going to plug in 9 plus 4x, that whole thing, into h. Okay, so this was our result. Sorry, I should have wrote that in orange. This was our result. We're going to plug that in for x into to our h of x, into our x for h of x. So now we're going to rewrite h of x. H of, in this case, we input 9 plus 4x. That was our result. Let me change that to orange just so you see it a little bit more clearly. 9 plus 4x. So then we have equals 9 plus 4x, and then this was already part of h, plus 21 over 5. So hopefully this way you can see that we just inputted, we replaced this x with 9 plus 4x. And now we get our answer. So we're going to use purple. So we have 9 plus 4x plus 21. There was nothing to do in the parentheses, so I got rid of them. So I have 30 plus 4x divided by 5. And probably can just leave it like that. I'm not sure what else they want us to do. Maybe they want it in terms of 6 plus 4 over 5x. We did 30 divided by 5. Let's hit 4 over 5. I'm going to put 30 plus 4x divided by 5, though, and see what that does. So we do 30 plus 4x, and then we're going to divide that all by 5. Let's see if that takes that as an answer, and it does. All right, great. Now we're moving on. Written as I put it for the second time, we have h of x. This is our inner function, and then we have f of x as our outer. So we're going to start with our inner. Again, the input is x. Oh boy, this one's going to be a doozy. So what we're going to do here, it's not going to be too bad actually, is we're going to plug in this whole thing, this cube root 2x minus 15, in for x in this equation. Okay, so now once we do that, and again, this is going to be our result from plugging in x, which it stays the same. When the input's just x, it stays the same when it's already a function of x. So we plug that in for x cubed. So what do we get when we do that? Well, we get cubed root of 2x minus 15, and we're going to cube that, okay, minus 6. So we can clearly see our input, and this is our function of this whole thing right here. You can clearly see that we inputted 2x minus 15 cube root. When you cube that, it essentially undoes the cube root. So for all those students that haven't gone to roots and powers and exponents yet, haven't learned that, it undoes it. So we're going to be just left with 2x minus 15. This cancels with this. Cube roots are canceled out by cubing something. And that's going to be our answer. So we have 2x minus 15 minus 6. That's 2x minus 21. And that should be our answer. 2x minus 21. Not 221. Let's check that out. And it's good. Next one. Okay, inner function. All these are functions of x, so that's interesting. It actually makes it a little bit tougher. So this one, find composition functions. This is a little tougher than the other one. So we start here. This is our first one, and then we'll move on to our second one after we get our result. There's nothing to really input. It's going to stay the same because our input's just x, so it stays the same. This becomes our result that we're going to plug in for x here. So what does that become? It becomes 15 minus 4 times this whole deal. I'm going to write that in orange, 3 over 2x plus 8. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this, and I get equals 15 minus 4 cancels with the 2, but 2 is left for this first distribution, and we get 2 over 1 times 3 gives us 6x, and then the 4 times 8 for the second one gives us 32. So now we have 15 plus 32. That gives us, what, 47, and then minus 6x. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a minus 4, isn't it? So that's going to be minus 32. Sorry. Forgot the minus 4. So this is going to be minus 32. I knew something wasn't right. 15 minus 32 is going to give us negative 17. Right? That's correct. 17, yes, minus 6x, and that's it. So we're going to write, I'm going to actually write it in standard form, negative 6x minus 17. Negative 6x minus 17. See if it will take that as an answer, and it did. Great. All right, last one, we have g of x is the inner function, and then we have h of x as the outer function, so we're going to start here first, and then we're going to move on to the second one here. It's in terms of x again, as all of these are, so we're just going to leave it as is, and we're going to plug this in for x here, and then rewrite this. So we get this is equal to 2 over 2 times that input plus 3. That is 3x minus 5. So then when we're ready to solve to get our answer, we get 2 over, distribute this, we get 6x minus 10 plus 3. Go from here, we get 2 over negative 10 plus 3 is negative 7, 6x minus 7. And I think we're just going to put it like that. 2 over 6x minus 7. 2 over 6x, nope, wrong thing. Make sure you use the x and not the times. X, sorry. Didn't mean to say that. Anyway, 2 over 6x minus 7. I'm double checking here to distribute. You get negative 10 plus 3. Everything looks good. I think that's going to be it. So we're going to check it, be confident in our answer, and we were right. So hopefully you guys like this video. We saw that we kept everything in terms of x. That's a little harder for these composition of functions. Thank you for watching. I can't wait to see you next time on Wes Explains Best.